Well, good evening, everyone. Michael, Soothing here. What I want to talk about today is some nutritional guidelines. We should eat this and not this, etc. But you see, I just watched some really good research on this. And the bottom line is, you shouldn't get all carried away and extreme about it, because the research video I watched, which I may or may not remember to link in the description down below, the video is by a doctorate nutrition. She's talking about how to fight anti-cancer and many other health things, but specifically that. And she talks about actual double-blind study research and says, for example, we know that eating processed meat is a carcinogen, but she takes a very reasonable approach, because she says what the research shows is not eating one hot dog's going to give you, a deadly disease. It's more like eating several thousand hot dogs might give you a deadly disease. So you have to keep these things in a proper, reasonable context. And if you look at all the actual research, that's what it shows. So I just want to share with you a few of just a small handful of the healthy things I've been eating. We have smoothies. I think somewhere down the road in another video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these pieces of citrine. Citrine is a mineral that's quite a bit like amethyst, almost identical in composition, but it has sort of a golden color instead of a purple color. I am going to do a little project with those, but that's for a future video. So I go for lean meat. You should keep the fats low, the inflammation, keep the weight down, the processed sugar, of course. We talked about that before, so I won't belabor that now. Instead, I'm going to talk a little bit about this booklet and what I'm doing that matches or maybe doesn't match. So it says, eat 2 or more servings per week of oily fish. It lowers risk of heart attack and stroke, instead of having omega-3 supplements. So eat the salmon instead of the pill, right? That's better for you. 1.5 apples a day helps keep heart disease away. What if you only have 1 apple? Then what? Is it not good enough? We have a raging debate going on about drinking a very moderate amount of red wine. Virtually all the good research shows it's good for you, but Joanne fights me on it because it's a blood thinner, and she insists that because my platelet count is so low, right now anyway, it's going to get better because I'm taking this very expensive, many thousands of dollars a month medicine. This is what's going to be a very effective treatment for the particular thing that I've got. Lymphocytoplasmic lymphoma. Anyway, never mind all that. Go lean with protein. They tell you to take beans, of course, and not red meat, but for the most part. But again, it's a guideline. It doesn't mean if you have a steak on your birthday, some terrible thing's going to happen to you, right? It means if you have 2 burgers a day, you're going to be in trouble over the long run of many years or decades. What else? Pick the right fats. Olive oil is good, way better for you than other types. Whole grains for longevity. Yeah, whole grains instead of... I love sourdough bread and things like that, but it's not that great for you. Look, we even have... Do you like the sound of this package? Ear to ear. The microphone's to the side of me, so a stereo mic. So if you get a little offset sound, that could be why. Anyway, whole wheat tortillas here. See, Don Poncho. Wonder if that's his real authentic Mexican foods. Let's see where it's made. Product of USA, it says. All right. It's a corn. No, it's a wheat tortilla. A whole wheat tortilla. So you may ask, is that as yummy as a nice white tortilla? And the answer, of course, is of course not. Okay? Everything that's good for you is not yummy. All right, what else here? Eat this and not that. Walnuts, almonds, and hazelnuts. I couldn't remember the third one today when I was talking to Joanne about her grocery list. She buys walnuts to put into the salads. Very high. It helps prevent type 2 diabetes, which I've gotten a lot better with. I don't have that anymore. But Joanne's developing it because she eats lots of rice and things like that. As an Asian, I don't eat rice. So she loves rice. Almonds. Okay, you can combine two superfoods and you can get that healthy effect of almonds. I have it right here. Look here. Orchard Valley almonds in dark chocolate. Okay, and the dark chocolate, I think I'm going to have one right now while we speak, because I've made myself hungry for it now. A little bit of water first, so that I don't choke. Let's try to quietly open this, not make too much racket for you. And in order to make the portion sizes correct for someone keeping their sugar and fats low, these come in little bitty bags, which are only... How much calories in that bag? Look, no artificial ingredients, GMO certified, everything is just so organic, I can hardly stand it. How can it not be healthy? It can still not be healthy, eaten in too large amount. Only 150 calories in one package. The problem is, what if you eat 4 packages at a sitting? No, I don't do that. But I've known people who would. I'm not even going to eat 1 package at a sitting, even though I've had no goodies today of dessert type. Let's try one of this combination. You see, the reason it's both ingredients are good for you is that chocolate, if it's dark chocolate, is also good for you. Look at the yummy almond, guys. Doesn't it look pretty good? That's very mozzarella. That means yummy. and Filipino language. It's got dark chocolate, which consists of cocoa butter, chocolate liqueur, vanilla, almonds, sugar, and confectioner glaze. No other artificial type ingredients, so that's good. Doesn't have any cholesterol or sodium. Oh, they didn't add any salt to it. It even provides 11% of your daily dietary fiber. All right? So that's pretty good. In fact, I was just going to show you. We eat 1 square a day generally of this Lindt 78% cocoa dark chocolate. If I was to tell robust cocoa flavor, it says, if I was to tell you that 78% chocolate tastes yummy, you would say, rightly so, you're telling me a lie, Michael, and you would be right. It's not so yummy when it's that concentrated, but even for a chocolate lover like me. However, I have a little strategy I employ that makes it very, very yummy. Namely, I put a very small quantity of this forbidden substance on it between 2 graham crackers, this forbidden substance being mini marshmallows, between 2 small graham cracker squares, heat it for about 7 or 8 seconds in the microwave, and voila, you have yourself a s'more. A very yummy one. But I only eat 1 little square, so it's not that bad. And the graham cracker's not that bad for you. Good buttery spreads aren't necessarily good for you, it says. It even shows an example. Which one does it show? I can't believe it's not butter, it shows. It has palm and kernel oils, which can be as bad for your heart as partially hydrogenated oil, if not worse. Palm oil's a no-no. So be careful that you know what you're buying and whether it's really better for you or if you're just perceiving that it's better for you. What else do we have in here? When to go organic. The bottom line here is some foods you might gain some, you might dodge more carcinogens by buying organic. But with other foods, you can just wash them like most fruits and vegetables, and you won't gain much by buying organic. We're kind of going organic when it comes to things like chicken, because they don't load it with questionable feed and antibiotics and other chemical substances. So we don't eat a huge amount of chicken, but dairy, maybe organic's good. So it all depends on what you're buying. This has a chart that shows you which stuff is highest risk based on the source that it's coming from and things like that. And certain things, depending on where they're grown, what's the high risk, where it says always buy organic. Green beans, bell peppers, or I should say, as Joanne calls them, pepper bells. I like her reversal a lot better. It's more fun, don't you think? Pepper bells, she says. It's leftover from, I don't know, however she was speaking in Denmark and the Philippines. Most things you don't have to buy organic, like kale and potatoes, asparagus, spinach, etc. If you wash it, but some things you should. Cranberries, it says. But you should buy organic, it says. But I know where they grow cranberries, not far from us. And I know they're not polluted. Right here in Oregon. Nice fresh water. Don't eat this if you're concerned about sodium and salt intake. A stack of pancakes. In fact, don't eat that if you're concerned about calories, white flour, butter, massive amounts of sugar and syrup. See, Joanne keeps trying to make healthy pancakes. So she'll make them out of oatmeal or something and then give me, sugar-free syrup or something. So I take about 3 bites of that and I say, if we're going to eat pancakes at all, we're going to eat real pancakes, not this healthy crap. Okay, so I kind of resist that on the pancake front a little bit, It's like when you're a kid. If somebody said to you, my grandmother did this to me. Oh, I'm going to give you a malt. So I'm thinking, yummy chocolate ice cream with malt in it. And, all smooth and stirred up. She takes some malted milk, dumps it in a glass of milk, and gives that to me. I wanted to gag. All right? Sorry, Grandma, but that's just how I feel about it. Uh-oh. I better tell Joanne about this. Danger in your rice. Did you know there was danger in your rice? Arsenic, it says. Right here. Exposure to one type inorganic arsenic can raise the risk of some cancers, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Where is it from? Basmati rice from California, India, and Pakistan, and sushi rice from the U.S. Oh, wait. These are the good places to get it from. Okay, I was gonna say, I know they have strict growing requirements in California, so I was surprised. It says those are the good places you can buy it from. Brown rice has more arsenic than white. Yeah. So be careful what rice you're buying. 5 cancer-cutting habits. Avoid tobacco. Limit excessive alcohol. Excessive means more than 1 drink a day. Eat a plant-rich diet. Be physically active and maintain a healthy weight. I've got 4 of the 5 of those licked already, and the 5th is on the way. Eat this, it says. Subway's Veggie Delight. Instead of the foot-long pastrami, I think they're saying. But what fun is that? If I'm going to have a sub, I'm not going to eat a Veggie Delight. If I wanted that, I'd cut up a bunch of vegetables and wrap it in a tortilla or something, right? So instead, I'll just have a Subway the way I want it, once a month or something, but not every day. Oatmeal. Yeah, we eat oatmeal multiple times a week with raisins, cinnamon, which is also a really good disease and cancer fighting spice along with turmeric. Sugar sham. Are natural sugars better for you? It says, not really, is there? This is Consumer Reports, by the way. Sorry about that loud bang on the microphone. I'm saying sorry to the test cam for smashing into it, and to my subbies. Don't eat this if you're cutting back on sugar. French vanilla ice cream, fat-free. Fat-free but loaded with sugar. I'm not going to tell you the recommendation. Well, anyway, they're saying honey still turns into the same thing in your system as sugar. And so does even agave nectar. It's high in fructose. Anyway, let's move on. One easy change for weight loss. Eat this. Yeah? Eat what? It looks like oatmeal with stuff in it. Were I just reading about that? Oatmeal with nuts, raisins, etc. Don't eat this if you want to control bad breath. I don't worry about it because I'm not suffering from that malady. Well, this is very misleading. Look at this, because it's the only place they did that in here. Don't eat this, it says, and they show a pineapple. But the fact is, they're telling you the pineapple is good for you to eat in the fine print. Eating a high-fiber diet helps with mouth cleansing. Pineapple contains a beneficial breath-freshening enzyme. So I don't like how they did that, putting the pineapple with the "don't eat this" headline, because they don't do that elsewhere in this booklet. 7 everyday foods with phenomenal health benefits. What are they? Red pepper bells. See? Red pepper bells, but this is not in color, unfortunately. Potatoes can lower blood pressure, but of course not if you load them up with a pound of butter and bacon bits, right? And cheese. So, you gotta be reasonable. Peas are a good source of protein. We talked about this before. Popcorn, look at this. Popcorn, did you know, is a whole grain. This snack food is one of the most nutritious because it's fiber-rich, heart disease preventing whole grain. Just be careful what you put on it. Loads of butter or buttery topping in a movie theater piles on empty calories. Oh, once again they're telling us to have a yummy treat, but to make it not yummy, right? Toss air-popped popcorn with olive oil and antioxidant-rich dried spices, such as oregano and rosemary. I think I want oregano-flavored popcorn. The olive oil trick might be good, but can't we mix in like some cheesy powder or something to make it yummy? I don't know. Sauerkraut is probiotic packed. I don't think I need probiotics because this medicine is far too probiotic already in its effects. So I don't want more probiotic, Who wants to dump billions of bacteria into your system? I don't. it kind of makes me queasy to think about it. Here's the one I was waiting for. A healthy indulgence. Dark chocolate. I did it again. Bang. I wonder if I'll remember to edit out that big sound jolt in post-production. Probably not. There's the chocolate, and it says here, dark chocolate is often lauded for its heart-healthy compounds called flavonoids. But did you know it also contains a decent amount of fiber? And it goes on to describe the benefits of colon health, and it has about as many grams or even more than brown rice. Bet you didn't know that, okay? So the best diet for your health, your mind, and your happiness. If I remember to put the link, the super nutritionist who's basing her recommendations on real science, not anecdotal stories by people making wild claims for everything being a superfood or super supplement or whatever, is that about a quarter of your plate should have a good protein on it. A quarter of it should have whole grain something or grains. Half of it of the plate should be fruits and vegetables. No one's going to follow that guideline, but if you even get closer, you'll be doing well, right? So I put a couple of asparagus strips next to the roast beast and the mashed potatoes I had the other day, right? No, I was better than that. I had a lot of asparagus and not too big a portion. And a couple of little potatoes that I mashed up. Protect your heart. Stay mentally sharp. What else we got here? I'm just going to show you a couple of the things. These cherries are very good for you. Okay, so cherries, I forget why, but they're very good for you. Bananas are good for you. We have some bananas. Yes, we have some bananas today. I'll make another reference to Sling Blade and Billy Bob Thornton, since you guys had to tell me the name last time. And that is, he had a blade in there called a sling blade. Some people call it a Kaiser blade. And it was shaped kind of like a banana. Okay, that's what he said. Shaped kind of like a banana. Okay, he said it kind of like that. But one of the best films ever made, and Billy Bob Thornton not only did a fantastic acting job in it, but he also wrote and directed the film, picked out the musical score, which was perfect for that film, I should say. Perfect. I'm going to show you what kind of granola bars I eat when I need a between meal snack. So healthy, I can hardly stand it. Crunchy oats and dark chocolate, because we just talked about the benefits of oats and dark chocolate. So this works well. When I go play poker at the casino in the tournament, they take a break after the first 4 rounds and the next 4 rounds. And in order to not wander over to the snack bar deli and buy a giant chocolate chip cookie or donut, my strategy is to bring one of these along, so that if my blood sugar gets low, I can eat this instead of that. Feel like I had a goodie, but, didn't blow out my sugar ration and fat for the day. So that's a strategy I employ. Wait, what else does it say here? Eat the Mediterranean way. Lots of fruit and vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, and seeds. Joanne mixes seeds into the fruit smoothies that she makes us. And they're quite good. She puts blueberries, another super duper food. How much fish can you safely eat? 36 ounces per week. So I eat salmon and albacore, solid albacore, a couple of times a week, and that's fine. You don't have to worry about excess mercury if you buy quality fish. You can also eat walnuts and get a lot of omega-3 from that, which we do. I think I showed you some. Sip this matcha tea. Well, I don't like it so much, so I don't think I will sip that. But we do have some green tea frequently, which does a lot of good stuff for you. Beverage boost. Tea, and then it talks about milk. I'm not going to get into that. Milk may help prevent arthritis. Well, that's something to know if you're older. I don't have arthritis, but I'd rather have that than what I do have. Eat this to weigh less. This is counterintuitive. They show an avocado, which is, of course, loaded with fat. Worried that avocado, the main ingredient in guacamole, is too high in fat, it says? Fear not. Oh, good. I love guacamole. Fear not. Research shows people who eat this green fruit, in parentheses, yes, it is a fruit. I don't believe it. I don't care how many people tell me, that it's a fruit, a stone fruit. No fruit is supposed to be loaded with fat and taste like an avocado, okay? I think maybe it's got its own taxonomic category, like sponges that are under the ocean, or what's the other one that's all by itself? Mushrooms and fungus. It's in its own taxonomy. But anyway, by the way, mushrooms are very good for you. Anyway, it says people who eat this green fruit tend to weigh less and have a smaller waist circumference than those who skip it. They also have a lower risk of developing metabolic syndrome, which can lead to diabetes and heart disease. Slices of avocado work too. Well, that does it. Some avocados going on my next turkey sandwich. All right. Let's see here. Contains many good for you chemicals. Oh, they're talking about coffee. It can lengthen your life, cut your risk for type 2 diabetes, and contains many good for you chemicals. Wow. Now you don't have to feel guilty about those 2 cups of coffee in the morning, do you? And the caffeine perks you up too. The method of making the coffee matters. Let's see. Brewing with a paper filter helps remove the bad stuff in coffee, but coffee made other ways, including French press and espresso, you hoity-toity, folks who are got those fancy $2,000 espresso machines, those have a higher level of something that's bad for you called caffeine. All right? So your basic Mr. Coffee Maker is the way to go. All right. Now, surprising snacks you can have. I don't know what they all are. Strawberries, of course. Things like that. 5 better snack bars. Yeah, they show some, but like I said, the edible skin of fruits and vegetables. You should eat that part. The healthiest part of pears, apples, eggplant, and kiwi fruit is just under the skin. We had some kiwi the other day, and I ate the skin, but it's furry, and I don't like to taste furry fruit. It's like peaches, it gives me a good nectarine instead, unless you're gonna peel the thing, right? Reminds me of that bad joke. I told you guys before, but I'm gonna tell you again because some of you may have missed that video. And the joke goes like this. I gave my cat a bath the other day, and the cat actually was okay with it. And I didn't mind it too much either, except the fur kept sticking to my tongue. Okay? All right, if you're a cat lover, you're going to laugh a little bit at that. Oh, we're eating all of these 4 super duper spices that help prevent many diseases and have strong antioxidant properties, actual antioxidant properties proven by science, or at least have strong research to suggest. And I actually like all 4 of these if they're in the right substance. Like chili pepper is great if you're having beef chili burrito or something. I wouldn't recommend putting it on your ice cream though. Cinnamon, one of my favorites for oatmeal and other things like that. Turmeric. I wish they showed the colors. Turmeric is sort of a yellow thing. It can go in sauces and things. And then sage. Sorry, Simon and Garfunkel, they left out parsley, rosemary, and thyme in this list. But they do have sage. All right. How much vitamin D do you need? You need some. 600 international daily units. Or maybe 800. You can get it from the sun. No conclusive evidence that healthy people benefit from supplements or that extra D solves health woes, it says. Depression and fatigue are common reasons for ordering tests. There's no data that D supplements have any impact on these things. Well, Joanne makes us take a D supplement and a B12 supplement pretty much most days, so I'll have to show her this. The truth about gluten. This is a controversial one, isn't it? Do you ever notice that if you're older like I am, you go along in life and everybody's eating the same things, and then suddenly there's a new fad. Everyone's allergic to peanuts. And then after that, there's another new fad. Everyone has a celiac disease and allergic to gluten. The problem is, for the one person in 100 who has the problem, the other 99 are being bombarded with commercial messages about how wonderful it is to eat gluten-free, which is, of course, absurd for the vast majority of people. And if you do your research on it, you'll understand why I say that. There's a reason why bread is called the staff of life. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here because we've had a nice 40-minute chat about food. And I think I'll eat one more almond. One more of these almonds here. And, eat what you want, but just do it in moderation. And if you mostly eat healthy most of the time, I think you'll be protected from most diseases. Another nice little chocolate almond there. Buy some of these, I think you'll like them. Look, they show bananas on the cover too. And they're all shaped kind of like a banana. I must admit, one of my favorite foods is this, burger. But I'm limiting burgers to maybe one every week or even every 2 weeks. So I no longer eat a lot of burgers. They're not really good for you. But it's not going to kill you either if you're reasonable about how often you do it. Okay. All right, everybody. Maybe next time I'll come back with a really boring, sleep-inducing travelogue about our trip to Las Vegas. Or maybe you'll be a little bit interested. I'm planning to show you video clips of various things there where I do a relaxing, soft-spoken voiceover so that you don't have the barrage of irritating sounds. However, the sights aren't so mellow. Some are. So maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't like it. I don't know. But until then, kindly don't ASMR and drive. Instead, put your earbuds in when you're relaxed on the couch or sofa or whatever you call it in your country, divan, whatever, and fall asleep to ASMR. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.